Hi everybody. Before I start this video, I would like to say something serious. Something serious. Hi fans of high quality entertainment. Now, I've had a couple of requests in the last few months to do this, and I've thought of doing it even before that, and just never got around to it. And so I thought I would. But imagine if the Beatles never broke up and they just took a little break, you know, like Guns N' Roses do, taking a 10-year break. No, they took a, say, 3-4 year break after Abbey Road. Of course, Let It Be came out after, but Abbey Road was the last one that they recorded. So, and that was 1969. So imagine they get back together after just taking a break, not doing any solo albums or whatever, and they've got some material. And they put together a brand new Beatles album in 1973, and here it is. I made it in Photoshop. And so what I'm doing is I'm just including early solo album tracks, single tracks by John, Paul, George, and Ringo. And now, if they never started their solo career, Ringo would usually just have one song on an album, so that's the way I'm including it here. Of course, early on in the solo years, Ringo had the most success, but we're just imagining they never had their solo stuff going yet. So it's just the very early solo stuff by all four Beatles. I did not include Paul McCartney's Band on the Run, even though that was in 1973. I cut him off before that. And this is just for fun, and I would love your thoughts on what kind of an album this would be. Now, also imagine the Beatles actually playing these songs together. That's how I kind of got to these songs. So side one would start with Cold Turkey, almost like the way Abbey Road started with Come Together, a John track, kind of a really cool track. Maybe Eric Clapton, once again, like he is on the actual single. Maybe he's on guitar like he was on the White Album for While My Guitar Gently Weeps. So I thought Cold Turkey would be a very cool opening track. Followed by the exact opposite of that, a mushy ballad by Paul McCartney, My Love. And that's, you know, similar to how Come Together and then the George Harrison love song Something on Abbey Road. So, number 3, the third track would be Not Guilty, which George Harrison had wanted on the White Album, but never got to put it on there. And I guess they did like a demo of it, yeah, from what I remember. So I thought Not Guilty would fit in there. And then Instant Karma by the Beatles, of course, but a John song on vocals. You got to have a Ringo song, and I thought the most suitable Beatlish song from his early solo career would be It Don't Come Easy. And the last 2 songs on side 1 are Paul's songs, and I could see these being early 70s Beatles songs. Monkberry, Moon Delight for something, you know, outrageously silly. Sort of like Paul did on the White Album with Rocky Raccoon, right? Just that kind of humor. And ending side 1 with Uncle Albert, Admiral Hasley, which, if I could just see the Beatles in the studio, and John and George would probably hate the song, and Paul would want to keep recording it over and over and over, trying to get the perfect track of it. But I could see that as a Beatles song. we flip over the vinyl because CDs weren't made yet in 1973. I bet you didn't know that. And side 2 starts with one of Paul McCartney's greatest songs, Maybe I'm Amazed. And then another George song. Now George gets 3 songs on this album because he got 3 songs on Revolver and he got 4 songs on the White Album. He only got 2 on Abbey Road, but I thought the Beatles, if they were still together, they'd give him 3 probably. And it is What Is Life. Could you see the Beatles doing that? Now I'm starting to second guess myself, but possibly. Yeah. John probably wouldn't like it though. And then, for more serious stuff, Mother. Because he did Julia on the White Album, and he's still talking about his mum, but this is a more, of course, aggressive song, and so Mother is the 3rd track. The 4th track by Paul, of course, this was the B-side to his first solo single, Urinary Tract Infection, which was not a hit. No. Another Day, of course. Oh Woman, Oh Why. I could see that with Ringo's drums and all that. I could see that as a Beatles song. That would be so cool. And maybe, you know, I'm visioning or envisioning John's background vocals on that. And then John saying, I could have sung it better. Number 5, a John song. This would be a real rocker. The Beatles could do this really well, sort of almost like they did Revolution. Meat City. Followed by the complete opposite of that, another gentle song. Imagine just has to be on this 1973 Beatles album. And ending with another really nice song. And this is the first time, maybe I'm wrong, I guess George did, but I mean a song written by George Harrison. First time a song written by George Harrison closed a Beatles album, although I could be wrong. I've been wrong once before. Isn't it a pity? And it would kind of, you know, like it does on the Soul album, it would be kind of like a Hey Jude thing with the Beatles and with the long, long fade out. So that's it. 14 songs. 14 classic Beatles songs. I would love your thoughts on what you think of the album I put together. And I think it would have been a great Beatles album. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Leave comments below. Bye.